Hi friends, welcome back. I had a suggestion on the comment section. It's being outlined as when the misery of this situation finally end. Now, you have this for the intent of this reading, but I will try to name it in a shorter version, and it will be when will this situation or when will this difficult situation end. That's going to be the title. Now, my guesses are, of course, from the comment and the information I got, that the person was asking about dating and difficult or miserable situations with people. I thought you can try and think about other situations in your life that you would consider to be miserable, difficult, or unbearable. Therefore, this is not going to pertain only to the dating aspect, or this means basically think about a difficult situation in your life, and I'll do my best to ask the cards how, when, and what will facilitate the change. So for the 4 pile selections, we've got the first stone, first pile, aquamarine, second, angelite, third, pink quartz, and fourth, it's opalite. Take your time, pick your pile, choose multiple situations, difficult ones, and I'll try my best to ask the cards and relay and convey messages that will show up in the reading. Let's begin with first pile. Pile 1, aquamarine. When will your difficult situation finally end? Okay. I was peeking in all the cards from the other piles. Very interested to see the feedback. First card for this pile would be the 5 of Cups. Now, I will be presenting you information and polarities in this reading. All you do is try to be as receptive as possible. If it doesn't fit with you, don't accept it in the meaning of if it resonates, that's as well. If I'm presenting you a modality that you are not willing to take on, it doesn't have to be. You can find your own way, and what works for you is best. 5 of Cups. This is a message of live, feel, and let it pass through you. Everything that you consider to be difficult, bad. This is a very heavy card. Yeah. This is a card that would imply you to feel everything and be at peace with the idea that everything is temporary. Okay? Because this card reminds me of a period of time when I was in severe distress and I tried to engage in different techniques that would help me transition from one state to another. No matter how much I tried, no matter how many tears I cried, I still couldn't control it. It had its own logistic, and way to navigate itself. The best advice for when this miserable situation will end will be for this pile to understand that they have to feel, they have to unrestrict themselves from feeling and be at peace with the idea of, yeah, maybe this time it's going to be rough, okay? Now, if you want to be more proactive about it, if you have the time, energy, and space, you can invest in techniques. And I best heard of, I will say that, Vipassana, okay? This is a course, this is a retreat where you are being present with yourself in a very, very real way. Okay, so 5 of Cups, heavy luggage. past luggage, emotional baggage, lots of stuff needing to be released and cleared out, and you're carrying that with yourself for a very long time. Practices that would encourage spiritual is too much. It's very simple. Practices that would encourage you to be present with yourself, mindful of yourself, present and acknowledging the feeling aspect of your experience, and in a weird way, milking it all out. Okay? It is draining that feeling, that base core feeling of distress, misery, and sadness, because the Five of Cups is a very heavy card emotionally wise. It might feel like it's never ending. Now, I have given you all I know in that regard simply because I have been and still am at some point and to some degree in that space of the Five of Cups. Now let's go to other cards. So it's obviously avoidance in here and scared. Like this Four of Pentacles suggests to me that you might be fed up and scared of new experiences that would basically threaten your comfort zone. Finding ways in which you can bring safety and assurance and emotional well-being and peace into your life is going to be something that would best assist you in the idea of feeling and transitioning from this state. Now, I was thinking about the meaning, and I would like to say that yes, this might be far out there, but bear with me, this feels to me like a very transformative experience, okay? Because we have you, okay, whatever, Ace of Pentacles in the reading, I want to say you're not seeing the inherent gifts of the experience, and that's all right to not see it because that's valid and normal. The relationship, if you're asking about the relationship status, if you're single, it will come in the moment in which you least expect it, and it is going to happen when you're going to feel emotionally blank slate, or when you're not going to use relationships as to feel better. There is stubbornness in here with this Knight of Wands. It's a way of wanting things right now, right here. I want everything ready, okay? I don't want to wait anymore. And that's all right. That's many cards in here are indicating a vacant attitude in life where it feels to me like you are retreating or you're not totally physically present in your body in a way. Eight of Cups. Seven of Swords talks to me about you wanting to find shortcuts. Merely, and the cause of this is very emotional. Okay, so if you are gravitating towards the technique I have presented, that's great. If you want an easier approach, one that doesn't imply necessarily like a technique, a meditation, whatever, it's just feeling everything, um, feeling and digesting the experience you are having, and not trying to leapfrog over it, and not trying to make something work, like not trying to find a relationship to feel better, but first addressing your own state of being, and then being receptive to a relationship. I feel a lot of things in here are being on pause for some reason because of these emotions, or your emotions are very powerfully covering your overall perception, and you'd do best to work them in a more conscious way. I know this is a vast topic, but what I've seen working and what truly amazed and fascinated me was Vipassana. Now, breath work can go hand in hand with that. Um, Different processes that would address your feelings. Everyone has its own way. Someone connects with God, someone meditates, someone does yoga. This invites the possibility of change for you, but it cannot happen without the actual acknowledgement, love, and feeling everything. When you'll do that, you will no longer feel like you want to get somewhere, or when you'll feel better, you'll not be using relationship situations so as to like try to fill that gap. It all depends on this pile's actions, mindsets, whatever, because what they're feeling is very real and tangible and very, very normal and real, as I said. Like, this is not something you would disconnect from or say that it is not normal. Quite the opposite. I'd much rather say with the Two of Cups in here that all that you're waiting for is on the other side of you feeling, on the other side of you navigating and understanding, feeling your emotions, okay? And I want to say in a very impactful way, okay? Um, in a very impactful way, I can only give you what I know from my experience. So you can go and look for um, the presence process. That was something I was really interested in studying and going for. Um, Meditation, I mentioned. Vipassana as well. That was a very short, like 10 days of silent, whatever, retreat. And I remember testimonies of people saying that they have managed to forgive, let go, and um, restore a level of clarity, love, and compassion towards themselves and towards the world and their exes, which is something you don't see every day. I want to say that. Um, Something else about this pile, things will start going the moment in which you realize and acknowledge the emotional side of things. That's what I have for you, pile number one. I hope it helped you in a way. I hope um, you found some answers in this reading. If you did and you enjoyed the reading, please like and comment below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. And I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye. Okay, pile number two, you have the aquamarine stone. As I'm looking at your cards, the first one, like the glaring one, it's the Hanged Man being reversed. The message I got for this pile as to when your miserable situation or difficult situation end. Honestly, it's very frustrating to read these messages, because they are not necessarily indicating a solution, but more so a mindset. And this perhaps it's what's necessary, but yeah. The Hanged Man and the Sleeping Beauty, which comes as a representation, talks about there is not much you can do, unfortunately. All you can do in this case is to change your own perception, or let's say not perception, okay? This is more so accepting and finding meaning, purpose, and understanding in the way you feel or in the way in which you traverse and navigate your experience, okay? With the lovers, it's more so developing a relationship and loving your pains, right? What does that mean? That means listening, hearing, understanding, and loving your pain, your negative experiences, and accepting them as inherent gifts and stepping stones to your mastery and perfection. Not saying you're imperfect, that's just a metaphor for evolution. I think this pile would be best considered to go through cycles, and the best way in which you're going to navigate them is to accept as they are and not enter a state of resistance. Because I see in here the Hermit and the Ten of Cups. That means for me, you're going to both experience moments of highs and lows. More so with the Hermit, it's periods of times of loneliness, introspection, pain, sorrow, Three of Swords. But at the end of the day, it's going to be assisted by the Ten of Cups, meaning that you're not going to be let down for very long. You not being fixated and being stuck on these is going to be the best possible choice for you, accepting that life is inherently and presenting to you different, both good and bad things. I think this pile would most resonate with the idea that their pains and their experiences are innately transforming and transformative in their nature. I feel like there is a point in which you enter them and they touch a part of you and they somehow mold and influence you in such a way that now they become a very, it's, it's giving me a metaphor of mixing paint, right? So we have all these like colors, right? On it's a palette. I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to name it, but when everything is neatly arranged and every color stands by itself, yes, there is order and there is beauty in that. But when there is a little bit of chaos and colors start to combine, all of the sudden you find yourself in a very beautiful like combination of colors that you never thought was possible. Something about this metaphor speaks to me about this pile. Your negative experiences are very transformative and are changing the nature of you. They are changing and touching upon an aspect of you that is, it's a very beautiful thing. Um, not saying that suffering is, but the result of it, it makes you express in ways in which you never thought you could. And it's, as I said, very evolutionary and transformative. I feel like again this pile is most likely gonna be going through cycles, and sometimes life will be very good and sometimes it's going to be really bad, but it's going to be very quick if you're not going to resist it. If you are asking about a relationship, you know, the Ten of Cups means that you'll find what you're looking for. That's fulfillment, that's love, that's sincere love and affection towards a person, but as well, these, if you're craving independence, for example, or if you want a space to yourself, you're going to be provided with that as well. I feel like life for this pile is going to be a little bit rocky, but it's going to be just as beautiful as it is rocky, And at the end of the day, you're going to feel grateful and as if you went through a very difficult yet transformative, as I said, experience that formed who you are. This pile and the cards are not giving you a safety blanket. It's more so the case of you finding solace and you finding meaning and you adjusting your perception to the experience so much so that instead of suffering, you are now presented with an opportunity for growth. And it's very vague, but when I say growth, it's transforming the quality of your experience of who you are, of what you perceive and see, and how you react and respond. That means unlocking new sides of yourself. That's presenting parts of you and unlocking parts of you you never thought or never um, were aware of even existed. You have in here the Queen of Swords, and it's a feeling of you're going to be given everything, and at the end of the day, you are going to say, yeah, it was me. It was me who went through all of this. And if it helps you, then yeah, maybe, but you can accept that life it's like a race, or it's like a stage that is specifically aimed at making you feel very intense stuff for you to be the main character and to experience them and to transform them. You know, the phoenix metaphor and comparison, you know, it's rebirth. And if there was no rebirth, and if there were no negative or challenging experiences, then life would be pretty boring. I think this pile has very huge potential for a very great happiness, foundational moments where they question literally their sanity and existence. But then it all like it's like an avalanche of grace and beauty and like the fruits of my labors type of thing. It's struggle, but it's struggle for the best, like for your good. It's struggle for it's as if you know you can build order, and it's so like it's so clean and neat as if it's already like boring, and life comes in here like with a tower moment and sweeps everything away, and as if like you're now invited to start over but in a better quality, you know. It's like I have finished a painting. I'm really grateful for it and I have seen what I was capable of, but right now life comes and takes this painting and gives me a blank canvas. And this blank canvas is the new chapter, the new day, the new present moment into your life, where you are invited to start anew and create something which is in better quality and much more interesting than the previous chapter. So I don't think you are invited to avoid or to seek an experience of safety blanket or let's escape. No, it's an attitude of give me everything I need and I will transform it. And I think this pile has all it takes because you have in here the Queen of Swords. This is more so like a dance and a duel at the same time, with your partners, with your life, with your challenges, falling in love with the process, falling in love with the challenges, and it's like, you know, when you read a book and it's interesting at the beginning, and then arises the difficult situation, and you know it's a book, and it stirs you up, doesn't it? It makes your blood boil at times. Every storyline, be it a movie or a book. But in the end, you're grateful for the resolution in that conflict. I feel like this is not a happy end mentality situation, even if it means like there is nothing bad that is going to arise. It's more so an experience of, you know, I've been there. I went through that experience and I'm grateful it's shown me things I didn't know about myself. And if it weren't for that experience, then I don't think I would be able to feel what I just did. So, as I said, very interesting pile in regards to that message. Not being focused on the end goal, but being more so receiving and present with the process and what it brings up within you, inside of you. This is not about, as I said, happy or bad endings, because I'm talking about a dimension which is beyond. I'm talking about an experience, and you having an experience that is innately changing you, making you feel something real. That's what I was trying to convey in this reading. So that was all pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I really hope you found the answers to your question. If so and you enjoyed it, please like and comment and subscribe to my channel to see me in the future. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, pink quartz. When will your difficult situation end? You have the moon card. As well, the Ace of Pentacles being reversed, Queen of Wands. Okay, so the message I got in here for this pile with the moon card, you're not supposed to know. And you know how frustrating as a reader for me to ask the cards and see that is. It feels to me like if you are going to not be focused on the actual resolution of this and go about your life with the idea of I will do my best in other domains of life, then this will, or hear me out, it's not abandoning and doing nothing, okay? State your problem in here, and for me it's doing something passively that would take care of that. For everyone that is very different. But with the moon card specifically for this reading, for your case, it means finding more clarity. Finding more clarity could mean going at a psychologist, for example, or if that works for you, as I said, different techniques such as yoga, meditation, connection to God. Maybe it works for someone. But more so, it's finding clarity, it's finding something is hidden in here. Something in regards to this pile has been bubbling up a lot in the background. Something from, let's say, the subconscious mind in here. And there is something about this pile as not appreciating the innate value of their experiences, as maybe I said it countless times, as being transformative and changing you, okay? This is very much character build-up, or the negative experiences are actually building your character, building who you are. It's facilitating a sort of a soul progression where you're going to be reborn. Because you have in here the Queen of Wands, I feel like this rebirth is pertaining to the end aspect of things. For example, if you exited a negative relationship experience, it's going to be, in hindsight, the realizations that this person triggered just exactly what I needed to work on myself or to know myself better. As well as bringing more action, drive, and motivation into your life, like the new insights. I feel like that you're not necessarily aware or interested in the insights that these negative experiences are providing you, and you're seeking a refugee, or you're seeking the end result, you know? It's as if you are wanting to escape everything and find a temporary relief. And if you're seeking that, there are many things that can facilitate it, but it's being more active, present, and accepting of things in your life. Don't lose hope. You have in here the star. Your life is not going to be strictly about failures. Your life is going to be about new beginnings as well, because you have in here the Page of Pentacles and as well a King of Wands. You will find new motivation. You will find your will to continue on. Seven of Wands. Life will feel like it's going again. And the temporary setbacks you will be encountering will be for your good. You know, you're allowed to feel setbacks enough so just for you to grow, but not more than you can actually take on. Because I see in here the Justice card being reversed, the Star card being reversed, the Five of Swords. So that means to me that, I know you're already carrying a lot. I know you're already, like, your plate is already full, but trust and care about your feelings and how you can best feel and, let's say, understand and feel as if you can be present within the actual experience. Don't try to find shortcuts. The change you're looking for or the transformations you're looking for in this situation will come when you least expect them, or when you'll be busy with something else, or when you will, let's say, if something in your life doesn't work, try to passively address it. If that doesn't work as well, then try to focus on something else in your life right now, and trust that when the guidance will be necessary, it will be given to you and you will know it because it will have manifested. um yeah, I feel like this pile heavily is being um taken through very deep experiences of pain, and with this Star card, it's like losing hope for some reason, or being so disappointed in some sort of experience. Remember that your inner world, or something about your traumas or about your negative things, experiences, are coloring your perception, and don't let that mean that the whole world is as you feel your immediate situation to be. This pile invites a possibility of spontaneous and unexpected change, just as a result of feeling, just as a result of accepting struggles and difficult situations in your life. Being on board with your difficulties, with the tides in your life, and making the most out of them. Because I saw in here a volcano in the card, I want to say it's transforming every experience in your favor. Um, it's a very flexible and resilient mindset, meaning that, being in tune with the core themes in your life. And for example, if you are in a situation where entertainment, for example, is the value, or entertainment is being valued as the most important aspect, it's you making the most of it and adjusting your talents and abilities for that. If you are presented with a crisis element into your life, it's making the most out of it and training your resilience, or training your capacity to respond and adjust, right? It's a training of sorts. So this pile is like training my it's a training, it's a very advanced training, I want to say, and it's the ability for you to switch and turn and react and respond to different situations in your life in such a way that you are born anew, born again, with a new perception, with a new tactic, with a new you, in a way. Maybe at times it's even like finding a way to smartly outsmart the situation or the people, because you haven't here the Seven of Swords. I think you are a really resourceful person. Like, no matter if the moon is present, I feel like you find ways to make the situation work in your favor, because you haven't here the Seven of Wands representation. I feel like maybe you may stop at some issues in your life, but in the end, you find the answers, or you are a very oriented person towards, like, a very solution oriented person, and it's not for long that you are going to be stuck or feeling like you are stagnant in a specific situation. I feel like the positive outlook is within reach, and very powerfully, the answer to your question simply lies in your own hands, and I feel like this pile is, or has to be, aware of this aspect in a way, because there is huge empowerment in this, a very great degree of empowerment and change that is awaiting in this pile's information I got. Because it might feel like the life circumstances in which you're going to be placed are going to be making you as if focus on victimhood, but you are going to realize that it is not the case the moment in which you're going to be focused on the solution and not necessarily the problem. Of course, this is going to be different for everyone, but that's what I saw. Okay. I hope it was helpful to you, pile number 3. Like, comment if it resonated with you, and subscribe. And I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye. Hello and welcome to reading pile number 4, Opalite. When will your difficult situation finally end? You have in here the Two of Swords. The message keeps repeating itself all over again. Embracing, accepting, loving, and understanding, and being very, very aware, intricately aware of your pains and sufferings to the degree you know them, like you know the beast. I've heard this like, before you slay a beast, you have to know it. Something like this. Not necessarily slay it, because I feel in this case it's going to be more so about loving your challenges, loving yourself, loving the road in which you are placed, loving the path that you traverse, and loving the experience just as it is. Because in here you have the Hanged Man, okay? 3 of Pentacles. I feel like if you're going to do that, you're going to escape and evade from so many troubles and situations. And with the Hanged Man, I want to say as well, it's more in your, like, the power you have, it's in your own mindset and the way in which you're going to be seeing the world. Because with the 3 of Pentacles, it feels to me like the interpretation of this situation is going to be very different. For example, it really depends of the person. It really depends upon the person who's watching, how they are going to make and what they're going to make the situation mean. Because with the meaning assigned to your situation, you are going to make it mean something good or bad. And in this case, someone who is really positive, like it's that classical example of someone being optimistic, they're going to make it mean something good and positive. And someone who's going to be negatively oriented, they are going to be making it mean something negative or bad. I feel like strongly this pile will resonate with the idea of taking responsibility and being very intimately connected and aware of their feelings and of their struggles that they're encountering in their life. I saw the Emperor and it's in reverse, so the Emperor for me is like this male masculine figure of direction, control, power. Maybe it's requiring you to as well let go, but it's also taking responsibility upon your feeling, upon your situations where you basically are in charge. That means being really connected with your suffering, because I saw in here some cards being the Fool, the Justice card, and the Star being reversed. The Fool is upright. I want to say it feels to me like the person who's watching has, or maybe has the idea of them being taken advantage of a lot of the time, them being hurt, and them wanting justice. That's what I saw. Or them being very innocent, and this innocence is being exploited. Don't, like, if you want, you can stop at this and feel it, okay? You can see it as a situation where someone has taken advantage of you. Again, this is a situation where you are simply going to be interpreting things. Maybe you see that, but what I see in here is a possibility of a huge change. That means if you saw someone taking advantage of you, I see you finding a blind spot and you not letting the situation happen again. Where in the reading I see loss of hope with the star, I see possibility, because it feels to me like the interpretation or the feeling contents of your interpretation for the experience would make you susceptible to making you feel that way. But maybe this is an invitation for you to know where the hope is gone and to seek where it is not gone, basically, or to see where the hope went. This is very controversial, but this is a very experimental and very interesting. Like, this is very experimental as a pile, because I'm not meddling with experiences, I'm meddling with your perception. And it's as if I know this is not working, okay? Then I know at least where I will not look for the answer, you know? So that means every experience up to this point, from this standpoint, is going to mean that I have been testing things. I have been seeing what works and what doesn't work. And as a result of this experience, my capacity to seek the answer to my question is going to be enhanced, because my experience showed me what didn't work. And this is huge growth, I want to say. This is very much seeing your, as I said, blind spots and bringing energy, redirecting energy and willpower towards aspects of your life which work. Okay? That's what I saw in here. And the Eight of Swords, it feels to me like you're going to be finding ways in which you feel stuck by yourself. So an example of this means, right, so if you are focused around relationships and you find a pattern or you find something which is not working, you not being focused on the actual outcome of sorry, I was getting mixed up. So you not being focused on what is not working. For example, if you found a pattern that is very predictable and you find it repeating itself in the relationships, then it is you investing time and energy to prevent or to change the pattern consciously. So that means if you are constantly finding a partner which is, for example, narcissistic or avoidant or they're not committing, then you finding ways to ameliorate that, or you finding the cause of this, or you asking yourself, or you placing the intention to find the root cause of this, and therefore being assisted as a result to find a more committed partner, or if not that, then maybe finding the root cause within yourself, addressing it and changing the pattern, so you no longer find and you no longer attract these types of personalities into your life. I feel like, as I said with the Emperor card, there is huge potential for taking responsibility upon how you feel, upon the energy that you invest in stuff, energy that you place in people, relationships, and circumstances, and redirecting that so it works for you. It's being connected with your own vulnerability and placing just the right energy, action, and attention to the things that you want to make sure are playing in your favor. As I said, giving energy to yourself and giving energy to situations and to processes that facilitate inner transformation, change, and which are making you a vibrational match to different experiences. That's what I'm seeing in here. Don't give up. That was the message, like with the full card. The things that you desire are not meant to be out there and not within your reach. I feel like the more you take responsibility in the best way possible and in the best way in which you are, and it feels available to you. And the more conscious you are going to be about your actions, intentions, and change into your life, the better it is going to be mirrored and reflected into your world. Everything lies within your own hands because you haven't here the Ace of Wands. This is as well like finding meaning, but not being passive into your life. Being active, proactive, and being very, 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 very aware of what is not working, loving it, accepting it, learning it, studying it, and then transforming it. That's the way. The way through is in, or the way in is through. I forgot how you even call that. Oh no, it's the way out is through. So that is definitely about this pile. So don't wait for things to change in such a way that you are like vacant or passive. Yes, I know I gave you that with the Hanged Man, but it's more so an inward mindset where you accept things and then you move on, right? So I really hope you enjoyed the reading and it was of use to you. If you did enjoy it, then please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye!